Hello again, Mazda fans. Today we have an old Kyosho of the Savanna RX3, and this particular chrome green one is from the 45th Tokyo show in 2005. It seems as though Kyosho has a bunch of these chromed out cars for different hobby shows. If I can find them at a decent price, I will get them. I do enjoy Kyosho, even though they're an old extinct. Well, they're not an extinct brand. They still trickle out models. It's just they don't try like they used to in the early 2000s. I believe it is licensed, though there's nothing indicating that here from Mazda. But Kyosho has been around for a long time. They would have been sued out of existence if they weren't licensing their stuff. Alright, not your standard size case. Be mindful of that. Possibly these tires are melted into the base. I'm going to take it off just to check. I'm not going to talk about this car because I have other ones where I reviewed and spoke about the car. It's a rotary powered little coupe, it seems. So I found some green images here, as you can see. I think this thing could have possibly come with non-rotary engines. I can't remember from my reviews. It's not the same color, but I pulled this up because I think these are the same stamped wheels that Kyosho went for. They're like two holes kind of close to each other. That's what these look like, alloys, but upon closer inspection I think they're the stamped wheels, just in silver. Alright, this thing here, never noticed up close, this weird plastic looking, it's a weird styling element. I don't even think those are vents. It's just like a weird corrugation. Strange. And that's just a cool photo. So I got my fingerprints all over it. I'll wipe it down at the end. So let's look at those wheels here. So I do believe those are supposed to be stamped steel wheels because the center area looks like a stamped steel wheel, right? But it's nice that Kyosho got the lug nuts in there, and then they're passing air. That little piece of plastic is quite delicate, right? But Kyosho pulled it off. And even though there are tread blocks on the side, they don't look atrociously huge. So Kyosho, I think, has some of the best tires in 164, even though they're an old brand. And almost all their tires have different tread patterns. This one wasn't pulled off or clipped off the molding screw so great, but they're also screwed together in most cases. Not all of them. The very early blister ones, some of them would be press fit together, but so this is good if you want to do wheel swaps or change, some color in the interior and whatnot. So they might not always roll. This one actually does, but there's some flat spots from being screwed down. So, all right, let's move on to the side body. Well, we have some orange here. It seems like maybe that's not raised. I think it's just printed on the chrome. So looking at this green, yeah. It's very, very chrome green. It's just, you can see the reflection of the cotton bud here, right? A little door handle here, it's got a recess, and I think it's painted silver as well. And then we have silver trim going around here. You'll notice there's no side window, which is great. You can see into the interior easily. This is a GT logo, nice and legible. Fuel filler here. And what's going on? Does that say Savanna or something? What would it, I don't know. What do you think that's supposed to say? It's not very legible. I'm going to guess it's supposed to say Savanna. Let's go around to the back. So clear taillights, good separation of the red from the backups. Some sort of badge here. Nice to see a license plate. Normal Kyosho blisters don't have these extra details, like a license plate printing. Alright, so the Mazda and the GT, they're legible. Although this GT, I'm not sure why it's here. It should be more towards the edge. Yeah, according to the rear photo. Some sort of ribbing there. It looks like a little silver around here as well. The bumper's a separate piece of chromed plastic. Some orange for those signals. And kind of a, I don't know. That's a lame sausage tip exhaust. Oh well, it's an old model. Going around here. Yeah, I think that's, again, supposed to say Savanna, but they didn't get enough paint on it. Or this is an old model. Maybe someone wiped it down a bunch of times. So we got the nice plastic headlights there, and then a nice grille texture, and actually some silver and red for the logo in there. Nice printing on the license plate. Separate bumper again with the orange turn signals, nice. And we have some black in that vent area. And then, yeah, the silver printing around this all looks pretty good. And then up top we have some vents here with some, I guess that would be black paint. Same in here with the ribbing. Oh boy, the camera's really having a hard time with the chrome. Alright, we have some silver paint around all the windows, and this one we have those weird details just in a gray. Although I kind of feel like the gray doesn't need to be this big. It should really just kind of stop like there, right? If you look into the photos. Not sure why they did that. Alright, well, it does... The body is actually in good shape. I think my 350Z I got has some paint rash. But this one, I don't see any major... Well, let's see if we go looking for problems. Maybe there's some pitting. Yeah, maybe there's some paint rash there. But in general, it's quite a mirror. Alright. Let's see if we get any other extra details on the interior of this thing. Well, there's a rear view mirror. I'm not sure if regular Kyoshos have that either. Well, that rear view mirror is hanging so low, it's weird. I have never seen a rear view mirror hanging that low. Why would they do that? Yeah, hold on, that light is just a little too big sometimes to hold, especially when you are trying to focus on this, hit the focus. Alright, but yeah, look at this rear view mirror. It almost looks like a periscope, right? It's underwater. This is like the Japanese version of that 007 Lotus that swims underwater. It's just really strange, that design decision. Alright, so hold on, let me get in here again. Well, it seems like there's no decals or color on the inside. It's just a black interior, sadly. It's nicely molded standard details you'd find on a diecast, but the 350Z I have from some other Tokyo show, I think it was, it had a bunch of decals inside. So, no such color here. The rear seats, yeah, alright. The door panel, yeah, it's got decent enough details over there. The door pull and armrest kind of quilting on the seats and the like. Hollowed out steering wheel. Just no additional details. Painted, that is. So here's a Savanna by Konami. Oh, we might have to do a little tree of comparison stuff here. It's been a long time since I did that. Oh wow, there's big differences going on here. Alright, so hold on, we gotta do a little comparison. Look at how small the Kyosho is. I don't know which is more accurate. But it's physically small. Now I gotta look up the dimensions of this thing. Alright, the good old internet says this thing is 64 millimeters in length. So if I take that and divide it by 64, it should be 63.5 millimeters in length. Let's see what these come in at. Oh, I didn't notice. There's a nice license plate on this. How could I even miss that? But it's like a photo etched piece of metal with the Savanna. Maybe I did see that, but... Alright, this one is coming in at 63, so it's a little bit shorter than it should be. 63.1, but now maybe this is too big. Yeah, the Konami is too big. That is yeah, interesting. Did not know that. This is too big. This is a tiny bit too small, but I would steer more towards the Kyosho, being more accurate. Alright. Continuing on, I think the wheels on this look pretty good. This just has normal stamped wheels, which I did see other photos have, so I guess the wheels are a wash. It's just that these wheels are black, so it's kind of harder to see. Alright, obviously the paint job on this makes no sense. I'm sure maybe this came with that kind of paint job at some point in time. The reflectors are sticking out on this thing. The Kyosho, I think it's just printed on the surface. So I suppose these are a little bit more accurate if they're supposed to be sticking out. The door handle on this is far more prominent. Maybe it's just the color, but it's just a bigger door handle. The vent details up top. Maybe they're different hoods, but they actually look different. Where these are angled, and these are more rectangular. Maybe they changed the hoods along the way, so one cannot see much about that. The wiper blades on this are not painted, they're just molded in. This, I feel like they may have some black paint on the wiper blades, so maybe the Kyosho is a little bit better. You'll notice the Kyosho does have this silver trim painted around the windscreen. This one doesn't, so more work by Kyosho. What is this grime here? It's gross. They also added black paint in these vents, none here. So, okay. Now, the Kyosho doesn't have any paint, or was there, on the grill emblem. Hold on, I can pull this back out. Maybe it's there, it's just in shadow. Yeah, it is there, and I actually think I remember saying something about it. It just looks black here, right? So it is there, just, Alright, so they both have clear headlights, which is fine. This grille texture is a little bit more defined. It's still there, though. Obviously a license plate makes a big difference. This one doesn't, but you know, you can run no license plate. So this is more yellow, this is more orange. Okay, what else? This Savanna is legible, right? It's far more legible than the missing paint on the Kyosho. Okay, there's no indication of weird tread blocks on the Konami, even though that does have treads. So I kind of like the tires on the Konami more. Wow, I think I added my own. I added that license plate. I had to have. Taillight wise, I don't know. I mean, this has chromed plastic around all the taillights, so that's a nice touch. Yeah, I think the taillights look just better on this. But the odd thing is, these are just painted. This is clear, right? So that's more realistic to have clear taillights, but for some reason, painting red on chrome plastic, it just looks more visible. Alright. This has a tiny exhaust tip, just black, that's fine. This one has a little more work being silver. Proportionally, you know, these are much bigger taillights. And this doesn't have any of the ribs, it's just got black paint, whereas that's got both. So it's a wash. I don't know what you prefer. I guess it's probably Kyosho. This is the more accurate, though, if you want to go for accuracy. These funky little styling ribs or whatnot, these are far more pronounced. These are kind of muted, right? So I'm not sure which is more accurate. This interior has a bunch of ribbing and stuff like that. That's just a plain parcel shelf. This has, you know, the side windows that makes it harder to look into. I prefer the open windows. This has no rear view mirror, where this has a periscope. So, I don't know what you think about that. But all in all, I would say probably the Kyosho is the better of the two because it's simply a more scale model. It's simply closer to the dimensions of the real thing. Moving on. Aoshima has these Grachan cars. They're these crazy Liberty Walk treatment kind of vehicles. I added some BNDS plastic wheels and 3D printed round brakes on this one. Just getting a bunch of paint rash. Red is just a horrible color for diecast. It's the worst. It always gets the most paint rash in my collection. But that's normal red. Metallics, I think, are less susceptible. I repainted the interior. That's the great thing about screwed together bases. You can add some color and you can see the interior better. Still plastic inserted lights and plastic tail lights as well. I added my own license plate again. So I really like the Grachans. Here's a ugly Mazda Grachan. I guess it's a Cosmo, and I added some BNDS wheels on this as well. I like the paint job though. Again, it's actually similar, not quite to the Spectre Flame. Whereas I think this is actually green chrome, or chrome and then clear shot with a clear green. This is just, I think, a translucent pink shot over silver, or maybe even the diecast. Probably silver though, because diecast wouldn't look so clean. Anyways, this is kind of an ugly vehicle, but really funky Liberty Walk treatment. I don't know what this relation is. What is this thing? It's by Konami as well. A Familia Rotary Coupe. They missed the R. So it's even quite a small vehicle. And then we have a TLV of a Mazda Loose Legato, which I was never able to find photographs of. I couldn't find photos of these square headlights, but obviously it must exist. I don't write Japanese or read it. Here's another Mazda. This is the Loose Rotary Coupe. Okay. And I think that has a broken bumper. Yeah, I bought this used, didn't even realize the bumper was broken. So Mazda has some. It actually looks like an old, a Dodge police car or something. What were those things called? It reminds me of a 1970s American police car. I think the RX3 though is pretty unique in its styling. It's definitely, I think, pretty cool looking. I even think this Familia Coupe is pretty cool looking. This not so much, as far as it's not an attractive vehicle, but I do like the Grotchen styling. So you can look up reviews of these other things if you want. Just search the channel. Okay, well, another interesting Kyosho product. The green chrome is pretty well done. It just doesn't have the super great detail of the 2006 Tokyo Show car, which actually I happen to have right here. So this 350Z, if you look at that interior, there's a bunch of instrument cluster, the silver paint on the steering wheel, the center console as well, and it doesn't have a periscope. It's a more normal rear view mirror. There it is. You can look at a review of that as well. If I'm able to find some more of these hobby show cars, I'll probably get them. I like Kyosho. I think they still have pretty good detail. But bear in mind, they don't have every detail. Like, I don't know if this car should have had mirrors. I don't know, because none of the other castings have mirrors either. So maybe this car mirrors were optional back then? It seems odd. You would think there'd at least be one mirror for the driver's side, but leave a comment if you know. The TLV also doesn't have mirrors. Both of them. Oh, interesting. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll catch you next time.